Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Still not singing.
We're not.
Thank
We
you
haven't yet.
Yeah, thank you for Primary Tenant for leveling up with the singing. Beautiful. Again, if you didn't know, we put that out there last week that they did two-part harmony and it was gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yes, and we're so impressed. We're so impressed.
We will never come close. Ever.
Never. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about this week. We're not talking about singing. We're talking about Coach.
Yay!
I know, and it is really funny. I remember when they named Megan Turner as the GM, and we just it felt like we went on and on and on forever without having a coach. And so it was after the expansion draft. It was after the free agency. But it was before the regular draft. I remember because he was sitting at the table with everybody else
in the regular draft.
During the regular draft. And that was fresh days. I remember seeing his face and he looked a little okay, where do I look? What do I do? Not that he'd never been part of a draft before. I don't know that he'd been part of a televised draft that was at that.
Yeah, I don't know. But he looked very fresh.
He looked very fresh. So we have a lot. I mean, I don't know. I have a lot to say. I shouldn't speak for both of us. I have a lot to say. It's very interesting what's shifted in the league as far as coaches go. So I think we want to talk about that. We want to talk about some interviews that Coach O'Rourke has done and what we feel like his take is based on what we've heard in these interviews and
our path forward. I definitely want to talk about our path forward.
Yeah. So let's first talk about Steve O'Rourke. He's from what did we say? Summerland, British Columbia, which is very close to Seattle. So
very close. So he's coming home.
Almost like he's coming home. Yeah. So it's almost, Jenna, I think Jenna Buglioni feels the same way. She's from Vancouver, so she's, she feels like she's kind of coming home too.
It's very close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like travel down and not even changing time zones. Just come down and see us. Like what?
Yes.
2 hours, 3 hours.
Well, from Vancouver, yeah, but I don't know how long it is from Summerland. But anyway, it's across.
Hour and 90-minute flight.
There you go. It's across the border, on the in the north central part of Washington. So it's across into Canada. Obviously, it's across the border. It is called the Okanagan. That is what the area is called. We call that here in Washington and in that part of Canada. So, and he's talked about that a little bit. So I think he's ready to come home. Yeah. So. More interestingly, let's talk about him as a player. So we looked him up and we looked up his playing history. We knew that he had played for the Tri-City Americans,
which we were very happy about because that's a league that we'd gotten into.
Right. So that's part of the
T-Birds.
Yeah, the WHL, which is the Thunderbirds play, and the WHL is the Tri-City Americans. They play, I don't know, someplace in the Tri-Cities. That's really bad. I should know exactly where they play. I don't know if they play in Kennewick or I don't know which of the Tri-Cities they play in, but
there to see the T-Birds. We did go T-Birds on the road a little bit, but not
Everett. We just went to Everett.
Everett.
Is north of Seattle.
Portland sucks, but we never made it there. We never made it.
For those that don't know, the chant that the Thunderbirds fans chant for any team, not just for Portland, it did change to Everett sucks when we played Everett in the playoff.
Yes.
But anyway, and it's their goal song. It's when they get a goal.
And we were very confused the first game we went.
Because we were not playing Portland. We were playing Wenatchee or something.
We were playing Wenatchee, and I'm like, what are they chanting? What is that? And I asked them, and they're like, Portland sucks. I'm like, but we're playing Wenatchee. And she's like, I know.
No, Portland sucks. Okay. Because that is the rivalry between Seattle and Portland. So anyway, totally. That's totally WHL aside, having nothing to do with the PWHL. But
Steve O'Rourke did play in the WHL, so
he did. He played in the WHL and coached in the WHL for quite a number of years. So I think that what we've seen, he was drafted. What did we decide in? I think it was 92. I think that's what I said. Yeah, 1992. Who's drafted by the New York Islanders. I'm like, oh gosh, it's an NHL. It's an NHL team. I'm proud of myself for
I've seen
remembering
the
that.
Islanders play in their own barn.
Yeah.
It was not a good away fan experience, but I went there. It was good.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever played in the NHL. It looks like he played just minor league when he played. And so,
And a lot and well and
and coached.
coached
Yeah, and his
at all
coach.
levels, like a lot of levels.
Yeah, and this is his first not I mean, not
Not
that
minor league.
not minor league. Yeah, I was like, how do I say that? He did it looked like he coached Team Canada U18.
Mm.
So I think that there's, some
Top two.
international, I
Yeah.
don't know what you call that, international coaching experience that he's had.
Mhm.
But yeah, but his last coaching job before this one was for the WHL. So that's where he's coming from. He's coming from, he was a head coach. He was a minor league head coach. He did some assistant coaching, actually a number of years of assistant coaching. And I think from what I've read in interviews from him, he had an opportunity to take another assistant coaching job with the Kraken minor league, the Coachella Firebirds.
Okay.
Look at me.
Look at
I know.
you.
I'm like,
I
what
would
is
have
it?
pulled that out.
I know. I was like, Coachella
I don't follow
something. I
that
think it's
team, so
Firebirds.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
He had an opportunity to go there and turn it down because he wanted a head coaching job, and then
Got this one.
was offered the
And it was
PWHL
a long
job.
time in the making. I read in one interview that he really had been on the radar for a long time. Maybe not for Seattle, but when Seattle got a team, I think it came to be. At least that's the way I read it. So
I think
hope
he
that
has
was
some
right.
Seattle connections from what I understand too, like with the minor league team and maybe even with the Kraken. So
Cool.
yes.
Also
Yeah.
coached his son, coached his own son.
Did he coach his
I
own
think he
son?
did.
Oh, I don't that's
Maybe like early on.
oh yeah,
I don't know
maybe.
if it was Pee-wees or high school or
Yeah.
something, but I think I read that somewhere too.
Yeah, and his son's been playing in a for the Canadian U Sport League for U Sports. I don't know how you say it. Sorry guys. Sorry all my our Canadian friends. The U Sports, he's been coaching or he's been playing in the U Sports for the last couple of years. So I don't know if he's playing anymore. I think it was the 24-25 season was the last season his son, we're talking about his son now.
Right, right.
His son played, but more importantly, back to coach. So something I want to talk about which, I mean, who cares if this is a popular opinion or not? I'm sure that there are a lot of people that feel this way. My first question was when he was named head coach is why did we choose a man?
Sorry, coach,
Yeah.
but we both kind of thought that. Like, this is a women's league, and with Meg Turner, being the youngest GM in history. Well, history?
Yeah, well, it's the
League.
PWHL
Yeah.
history for sure.
So we were hoping, and we're gonna say that we're not that we're not happy with Coach O'Rourke. We are happy, and we've seen some good things, and
Yeah.
and the way forward that he sees, I'm excited about. But we really we wanted a female head coach.
Well, and I think the more important thing to talk about is last year the league was 3-3. So with
Mm-hmm.
6 teams, we had three female coaches
50%.
and three male coaches. And so I think it's a lot that we have now shifted with 8 teams to 6-2, six male coaches and two female coaches. So the both coaches for the expansion teams are
We're
men.
male, and then we lost one woman.
And then yeah, the coach from
Was it? Oh
oh,
my
the
gosh.
Fleet. I'm sorry, I had to get there.
Boston.
Yes, from
Yeah.
Boston.
Okay.
Ended up she took the GM from Vancouver's job at Princeton, I believe,
Oh,
the
okay.
head coaching job.
That's a
And
very
then
prestigious
yes,
job.
uh-huh. And then they
They hired a
hired a
man,
man. So I mean, Brian's gonna fact check us if I got any of that wrong, I know, but I'm pretty sure I
which is
didn't.
fine. We love that.
We love it. We love it. We're never sad by that. But anyway, all that movement left us with
6-2.
6-2, which is obviously not as good of a ratio as 50%. So I guess I want to talk about it, but I also want to, and I don't want to, I think that Coach Rourke has his eyes on this. Just so you know, I read an interview with him about how he has full intention as hiring as many
Many female
female staff people, assistant coaches and on down the line
at,
as
at every level of in the organization, and I'm happy about that.
and he also talked about the struggle of women being able to see themselves in these coaching positions. So
Absolutely.
you look at like Jessica Campbell, obviously, and she's a pioneer because she's in the NHL. And I think that's, it's funny because I think we talked about it at the beginning about, oh, wouldn't it be cool if she became the head coach? But I think for her, it's important for her to stay in the NHL because we need the pioneers moving
We want her
forward.
to see that she's there,
Right.
that can happen,
Yeah.
and I think the visibility there with her on the Kraken bench is just amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that I mean, that seems to me like, what Coach Rorick's, ideology is that he understands that he's coaching women and that women have to see themselves in that position to be able to, and I think we've talked about this a lot. Like that's, I think as women, like, and as in people in general, if we can't see ourselves, um, in a position, if we can't see that mirrored, for somebody else, it becomes harder to imagine that being a possibility in our lives. And so the more women we have in these positions, the more, little girls are going to be like me too.
And
Like
I
I can,
love that because he's talking about it from the player level to the coaching
yeah.
level and on, and that he really wants women to see that coaching is a possibility, and has put multiple women in the, was it the NCAA? In some level, he put them in, like, and just got them thinking about, like, you could do this, you can do this and be successful.
I
And
think that was when he was coaching the Canadian team. I think
mm,
that that's what he was talking about. So,
amazing.
yeah.
But just that the little girls can see, in
Yeah.
5 years, 10 years, 12 years, I can be playing professional hockey on the ice with my idol.
Well, and the even cuter thing is that he was at the Kraken or the at the Kraken Iceplex. This weekend they did the PWHL had their summer camp, and to see he was out there on the ice with all the little girls, it was really
Oh my gosh,
cute.
it was
It
amazing.
was really cute to see. And so Hannah Murphy and Megan Carter and he were all coaches for the summer camp.
Hillary Knight was there too, wasn't she?
No,
She wasn't?
no, they're all in Lake Placid.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Her. Okay.
The Olympics, guys, the Olympics. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So they are a lot of our team. I guess we can talk about this. Just we'll do a quick aside that a lot of our team, 5 members of our team, are currently in Lake Placid, training with the Olympic squad for next year. So that's exciting and interesting because it just means that there's going to be a lot of shuffling around and schedule shuffling and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
We're there for it.
Yeah. So, what else did I say we're going to talk about? Oh, you were talking about
Well,
a way forward. That's the other thing.
we kind of talked about it, just women seeing themselves in
Oh,
that role and being able to, that he is definitely has his eye on hiring women as much as possible, and that makes me really happy because I mean, we need women to represent. But we didn't talk about him. I mean, he's a defenseman.
oh, that's true. We didn't
Point,
talk about that. Yes.
shoots left.
Yeah, he shoots left. He's left. He's a left-handed defender. Interestingly enough, as is our GM, as is feels like most of our
The
team.
majority. Is it the majority? We do have
The
a
majority of
majority
our team are
still.
left-handed. Yes,
Yes.
they
A
are
leftistorian.
shoot
Yes.
left-handed. I should say that.
Yes.
So
We made up that word,
the leftatorium.
apparently.
Yes. We did. We made it the word. But so yeah, so that's yes, and
So he will suit well in there.
he will, yes, he will suit well. My guess is that if he coaches, he can probably coach either way. He probably coaches all positions too. He probably doesn't just coach defense,
I'm
but
I'm sure he coaches all of them, but well, he's got to have his eye on the big picture.
absolutely.
So
So wait, okay, so these are questions that I have to ask because I don't know the answer to these questions. Okay, so like I know Jessica Campbell is an assistant coach, right? Like she is an assistant coach that focuses on,
I think she focuses on
I
defense,
think she does too. So I guess because
but I don't follow that team, so I'm not
no, it's
sure
the
what they
bad K
said.
word in our
Yeah.
house. But here's my question. So there like an offensive coach and a defensive coach like they
Yeah.
have in football? Okay.
Yes.
Because I know a little bit about football because I grew up in a city where you had to know a little bit about football. So he will hire assistant coaches that will be focused more than likely.
Yes,
That will be
I'm assuming
focused.
that's how it usually goes, but the
Okay.
PWHL does things its own way, but I have to imagine that they're going to do that because it's just different. It's
Is there
almost
a
a different
goalie
sport.
coach? I know I'm so interested.
There
I'm
is a
so
goalie coach.
interested about
Yes, there's absolutely goalie coach.
Mhm.
I mean, in the NHL, I'm assuming it'll be in the PWHL as well. So, but
Well, that's
yes,
people on the bench. That's I've
the
noticed in
goalie coach,
games.
interestingly, isn't always on the bench.
Okay.
So at least in the NHL, that's true.
Okay.
Sometimes not even in the building because the Ducks one, he was in Canada a lot, and
Hmm.
yeah, Sudsy. But That's a hockey thing, taking part of your name and putting Z on the end.
Oh, was that?
Brownie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. That's standard. So, but yeah, there's offense, defense, there's special teams coaches a lot of times.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how many we're gonna have, what our payroll is gonna be like, or how many of those,
Yeah.
will be.
But in the NHL, they have different all the coaches for the different
Yeah.
scenarios.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
And then obviously the head coach is like,
The orchestrator.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Just
You were looking at
oversees
something.
all of it.
Oh, you were. I was like, what are you looking at? You're looking at the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other questions do I have about coaching? I don't know that I have any other questions about coaching at this point. I'm very interested to see how Steve does with the team. Steve, can I call him Steve?
I think we can.
I'm gonna call him
We're gonna go
Steve.
with Steve.
If you don't want me to call you Steve, Mr. O'Rourke, let me know. No, I'm kidding. But I'm interested to see how he gels with the team. I feel like there's a lot of personalities in our team, and but the cool thing is that especially watching a lot of these players in Lake Placid right now together, I'm like, they know each other, they've played together before. Like it's not like he's gonna have to figure out how to make chemistry between a lot of
I
them.
think a lot of chemistry is going to be there, but he
Yeah.
also talked about that in the interview that
Oh,
I
did
read. Oh,
oh
yeah, was that he had to find a place to meet everyone where they are, and because he hasn't had a lot of experience with these players, and that he's going to have to really find that place where, even if, you're not, everyone doesn't get along with everyone all the time. Not that he's not going to get along, and people aren't going to, be cordial and be,
right.
but you have to find a place to meet them where they are.
And knowing he's come from the WHL, like I think about, I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like, yeah, coaching 15 to 20-year-old boys, and that nothing, I'm not saying that disparagingly at all, but literally these are children that are playing in the WHL. They are very young
Yes.
to full-grown adult women.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
got to be a different, I mean, these are independent women who obviously have full lives. Like this is not, I mean, granted, yes, they're professional hockey players, but I think it's different because you think about coming from a league where most of these guys are in school. Like they're either doing college on the side or even some of them doing high school on the side,
Right.
and like having to juggle like that with being away from families because it's the other thing is that most of them are billeted away from their families
Yep.
in wherever they're playing and like having to juggle all of that and now switching that mentality as I'm a manager in corporate America, so I think about like how you manage personalities, like to managing like I said, like a group of full-grown female adults with lives and families, like some of them have families and all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff. Like it's got to be really interesting.
Yeah, and he talked about a little bit about too that everyone gets a clean slate because he hasn't been watching, like a lot of people in the PWHL have been following women the entire time and
Mhm.
scouting and seeing them from when they were playing in high school and beyond, before that. And he doesn't have that experience with women because he's been on the other side of it. And so it's almost like, yeah, I have no expectations, but moving forward, this is what I expect from you. So
Mhm.
starting from that 0 point. And I think it's gonna be a great starting place for our team because everyone is starting, like, it's a brand new team.
Right.
It's starting fresh and a clean slate, and you prove yourself on the team, and the sky's the limit. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, like, I know that some of them have played together before, but I don't think there's a big chunk of them that have played recently, at least,
I don't.
together before.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, we're
I think they
excited.
all know each other. I think they've been
No, I
following,
think they
and
all know. I mean,
yeah,
I just
and
think it's such a
following the
small
international
world.
stage and
Yeah.
things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong. Brian, are we wrong? Brian?
What about them all playing
Yeah,
together?
maybe some of them have played together
No, no,
exclusively.
they have played together. Like, I think, but I'm not saying like it's not like half the team. So it's not like if he were to walk in, like like I think about the new coach for the Fleet.
Hmm.
So the new
Oh,
coach for
that
the
they've been playing
fleet,
together for two
he has to
years.
walk in and deal with whatever's been going on prior to him getting there. And whereas like Steve is like this is like you said, like he's got a clean
This is
slate
starting place,
because
starting
there's no
line.
expectations and that's exciting too because they could make it, they could make it whatever they want to make it.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
Whole new ball game
Yeah.
or hockey game.
Hockey game.
Hmm.
So that makes our sports metaphors that
Let's
could
not.
I'm confused enough as it is with the sports metaphors. No, just
I
kidding.
think you're doing
No,
well.
I'm just kidding. What else? What else do we need to talk about? Anything else you want to
Mm.
mention? You sound like you're better read than I am on tips for
Really?
work. I don't know,
No,
maybe a
I don't
little.
think so. I don't think so.
Mhm.
I think we both
He doesn't have a social media presence, so you know me. Like that's where I
That's
go.
and that is where she shines because I'm like, I know I'm starting to get to know the players and stuff, but she's like, oh, that's she knows you by your faces because she follows you on social
That's
media.
true. Yeah.
And I'm just, with my new job, I'm just not on social media. So
Yeah.
yeah, I rely on my wife for that.
Yes, I do tend to, right. And I'm very much a visual person. I don't know if we've
Very
talked about,
visual.
I don't know if we've talked about this here before, but I am very much a visual person, which is why I have to put this out via video. Even though this is a podcast, I have to put it out on YouTube because I know there are people in the world like me that I'm like, if I can't see your face, I can't listen to your voice. So there you go. There's a little insight into my brain. I can't listen to podcasts just on audio. I get very distracted, very distracted.
I'm thinking about your first podcast and me kind of,
Wow, are we gonna go there?
no, we can't have to. Uh, I just
Now everybody's
podcast.
interested.
Yeah, yeah.
So Patty knows Pat. Okay, we'll tell this like minutia. We'll
Okay.
tell them minutia
Okay.
a little bit of this story. So I had a podcast with two friends a couple of years ago, and it was very personal, like life storytelling type of a podcast. It was very different than this. It was nothing sports related. Don't go look for it. You will not be interested if you're a hockey fan. This is not for you. I mean, it may be for you. I shouldn't say that, but it's more than likely not. There's not a lot of crossover in what that was about. Anyway,
Really none. There's
so long
zero
story short,
crossover.
the first time Patty and I met was in a Zoom meeting with a bunch of other people. It wasn't just the two of us, but we were in a Zoom meeting together, and she found out that I had a podcast,
Binge.
and
Can you
then
say binge?
and then she went and binged all the episodes. And then the next time we saw each other in the Zoom meeting, because we were
In the
still
regular meeting,
1,100 miles apart, it was a regular meeting. She acted like she knew me
which I did.
because she went and she'd binged all my episodes
I
of
did.
me telling my life story on this podcast. And I'm like, lady, I don't know you. Stop. It's weird.
It was a little weird, but I got her attention.
She didn't get my attention. It was cute. It was cute.
What did
I
I
give her
say?
a hard
Something
time.
like, "Why are you talking to me like you're not my best friend?" Because we're obviously best friends now.
So if you ever meet us in real life, and you're a fan of the podcast or listen to the podcast, maybe you're not a fan, you just listen. But if you're a fan of the podcast, say something to us, please say hello. I get it. I get it now because I married her. When you listen to somebody talk, it's easy to feel like you really know them. So
It is. Say
anyway,
hello. We love it.
I don't even know how did we get on that bunny trail.
I don't know. Oh, because you were talking about what were you talking about? You were talking about a podcast.
Oh no, seeing people being visual,
Yes,
being a
being
visual
visual.
person, that I
Being
am a
visual.
very
And that
visual
you put it
person.
out on video.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So
I
that's why I spend a lot of time on social media because I like to see what people are doing visually. And so, like I said, it was really fun to see the summer camps that were happening over the weekend. I think that the adult camp is today. I tried to get Patty to let me go to the adult camp, and she said no. Tell them why.
I and it's irrational because I know there's no checking and there wasn't going to be any checking and there's helmets and everything, but I'm like, no, I like your brain the way it is. I don't want your brain scrambled. So
So I didn't go to adult camp this year.
that's funny.
Maybe I'll go to adult camp next year. No,
We'll
I don't
see.
know. No, I ice skate. I've only ice skated like as a child, like as a kid, like when I was
I've never ice
little.
skated.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not, I wouldn't say I was good. I mean, I have done roller skating and I used to play roller derby. So I do feel okay on skates, but yeah, ice skating is different. It's
It's
different than
totally
roller skating.
different.
Yeah, it's different than roller
You
skating.
roller blade on roller derby?
No,
No.
no,
Yeah,
it's four
no.
wheels, not.
Yeah.
Well, it was not in line. It
Yeah,
was,
not in line.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
Kind of
wow, we've
death
done
road. We are
totally rabbit
totally
trailing today.
wow.
This is about Coach and how excited we are, and not and back to the conversation about male versus female. Not that we're disappointed, we're excited about just where this is going, but yeah, I feel like we need to keep the conversation alive. That we at least need to have even numbers in the league, if not more more
Yeah.
female than male coaches, but.
Personnel in general, like
Yeah, personnel
not
in
just
general. Yeah,
coaches, but
exactly. And
that
there are a lot of women on the bench. I will say that has been something that I've noticed in the games that we've watched that there are women on the bench, but
yeah.
And more women refs too. Like
Mhm.
that's the other cool thing to see female refs. So
Absolutely. And we want to see him in the penalty box. We want to see him in the announcers booth. We want to see
yeah.
them
Oh yeah.
ushers everywhere. We just like we are there for the women,
Yeah.
and not that we don't love men. We love men. We're raising two men.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
but yeah, and we're excited about Coach. I'm excited about his vision. I'm excited
Yeah.
about that he is looking at that too, even though he's a man.
Well, and verbalizing it. Like that's the thing. It's not just he's not just doing it. He's talking about it, which I think is really important. And that I think that that helps a lot of us that were like, okay, why do we choose a male coach?
Mhm.
To say, okay, well, he has a vision to help bring women along in this sport because he gets it. Like he gets it that, we need more female coaches. Like I feel like that's resounding everything I've heard him say is it's like he feels privileged to be in this position, but also understands that we need female representation as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. So is that it for today?
I think that's it for today.
Okay. We're not going to say what's going on in the next couple weeks, but we've got some exciting things going on. I
Mhm.
keep teasing this. I feel bad. But I don't feel that bad about it that I'm going to tell you. I just feel like I'm going to keep it, we're going to hold it close to our chest and let you guys
Close
know
to our hearts.
when it's happening. So there are some fun things that are going to be happening the next couple weeks. So stay tuned.
Definitely stay tuned.
Keep tuning in. We'll try and be more present on social media. I think I've been a little bit lackluster in that. So for those of our, IG family and TikTok peeps, we appreciate you and I want to keep in contact. I just, life gets lifey and that's the first thing for me that goes. I don't know, it's a whole nother discussion, but it's like, doing this podcast, like in my old podcasting days with my old podcast, I'd have like months of podcast all like stacked up, ready to go out. But
It
with this,
doesn't it doesn't work.
it doesn't work
It
because there's
doesn't
always stuff happening that we need to talk about. So we have
absolutely.
to record every week. So it's actually kind of nice. We've fallen into a nice little rhythm of getting this recorded. We go to family dinner on Sunday night, so we do it before we go to family dinner. And then my family gets to sit there and watch me edit the podcast at dinner.
It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mom and Dad, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
Mom
No,
and
no,
Dad,
I'm
for
kidding.
being so understanding.
I'm kidding. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's become a really good rhythm. So yeah, Sunday nights, it's Sunday afternoon. That's when we record, guys.
That's
So
pretty much it.
yeah.
Next week will be a little early, but
Next week will be a little early and we'll let you guys know when we can let you guys know, which may be a week from Monday morning. But this episode's coming out Monday. So
absolutely tomorrow. Yeah, it's Monday. Well,
it's Monday for
today when
them.
you're
Yeah, I know.
yeah, but it was recorded yesterday
Now I'm
or
really
today.
confused.
I am too. But you know what I mean. It was recorded Sunday. It's out on Monday.
Okay, we should really probably stop talking
Okay.
now.
Bye.
Okay. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.